Coming to you live from Dunning Field, Ian Nicholas alongside the rest of the NCTV crew, bringing you the live action of some Saturday afternoon girls lacrosse. The new Canaan Rams are matched up against the Cheshire Rams in this battle. Our camera is not up right now. We're facing a couple of technical difficulties, so sorry about that. We should have the camera up in just a few moments. We have 23 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. New Canaan won the first draw control of the game, and they took the 1-0 advantage early off a Patton goal right in front of the net off an assist from the senior Quinn McKiernan. So New Canaan, again, is up 1-0 over Cheshire with 23:12 left to go in the first quarter. And now New Canaan has scored again. In the first half. They are now up 2-0. With 23:08 left in half number one, 2 Patton goals. And just like that, New Canaan, an undefeated 5-0 on this young season, are looking to go for 6-0 up against a tough out-of-conference team, the Cheshire Rams. And Coach Dan Warburton, the head coach of the Cheshire Rams, he has called a timeout already, not even 2 minutes into this game, to try to get his group recollected and back in this ball game. Patton, the star junior, with 2 goals already in this one. The Cornell commit, one of the fastest players in the state, and she's made 2 impact plays to put her team up already. And again, want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we are facing right now with our camera. We hope to get that camera up in just a few moments so you don't have to listen to my annoying voice or pay attention to it quite nearly as much. Give you a little of a recap of both these teams' seasons so far. New Canaan season was delayed to start, missing the first 2 weeks of the season due to the COVID-19 quarantine, one of their players testing positive 3 weeks ago. They jumped right back into the season and played a top 10 team nationally for girls lacrosse in the United States, playing their arch rival, the Darien Blue Wave, last Thursday and pulling off an upset victory right here on Dunning Field, a 7-5 victory over Darien. It was the first time in 85 games that Darien had lost to an FCAC team, and New Canaan was the team to do it in a great game. And ever since, New Canaan, well, they have been perfect. As I mentioned, a 5-0 start to the season. In FCAC play, they have defeated Darien alongside Greenwich, Wilton, and Stanford. And then they also played an SEC team, which Cheshire is one of them. They defeated Daniel Hand as well. Meanwhile, Cheshire, they've also had a great start to the season, although they have not had a great start to this game, as Cheshire is 7-1. They're on a 4-game win streak. Their lone loss coming on the road last week to Guilford, a 17-10 loss in between 3-game and 4-game winning streaks. And they're looking to avoid suffering their second loss on the year. So now for this face-off, we're going to have Kaylee Harden and number 19 for Cheshire, which is Lauren Samela. And for the first time today, Cheshire has possession and is moving the ball inside New Canaan territory, but Kaylee Harden forces a turnover for the Rams. And just like that, with under 23 minutes left to go in the first half, Kaylee Harden down the far sideline now. One of the star players of this New Canaan team, the junior midfielder committed to North Carolina alongside her sister, senior captain Mckenna Harden. She has the ball now. Harden does. Patton moving it over. Rams moving it around the perimeter. Again, New Canaan up 2-0 with 22:30 left to go in this first half, working through some technical difficulties, trying to get our camera back up here in this one. Moving it around. New Canaan taking their time, taking a 2-0 lead off 2 early goals from Patton. Just over 22 minutes left to go in the first half. And remember, we will be getting that camera up just shortly, so don't worry, we will be having that for you. This will not be completely a radio broadcast, just working through some last-minute glitches as Mckenna Harden dumps it around the perimeter. New Canaan slowing it down following the Cheshire timeout a minute and a half ago. New Canaan is also ranked now as the 10th best team in the nation, according to U.S. Lacrosse, and they have one of the nation's top players from the last week in junior goaltender Claire Mahoney, who hasn't had to do too much today, with the offense dominating the possession for New Canaan early on in this game, forcing turnovers, winning draw controls. But Claire Mahoney had a monster game against Darien, 10 saves in the 7-5 victory, and also had another solid game against Greenwich 2 days later. A violation on New Canaan, they will turn the ball over, and Cheshire looking to put together their first meaningful possession of the early afternoon with 21:03 left to go in the first half. New Canaan, again, still the 2-0 advantage. Beautiful day for some high school lacrosse here in Connecticut, just around 60 degrees and sunny as Cheshire moving it over the middle of the field. The ball is loose, a player knocked to the turf, and New Canaan takes over once again. Hollis Mulry moving it down the right side of the field now. Mulry committed to USC. She had a big impact in the Darien win last week. Mulry still has it, dumps it off to New Canaan's number 5, Stella Nolan, the sophomore. Just under 20.5 minutes left to go in the first half now. New Canaan still up 2-0. Looking to add some more. The shot is scored. Stella Nolan coming from behind the net. And New Canaan now up 3-0 with 20:13 left to go in the first half. Stella Nolan, her first goal on the game, and New Canaan's first goal not scored by Dylan Patton. So again, New Canaan up 3-0 now, 20:13 left to go in the first half. Cheshire in a bit of trouble, looking to avoid their second loss on the year. New Canaan looking to stay perfect, now ranked as the 10th best team in the nation under legendary head coach Kristen Woods. Got another face-off here. New Canaan has been dominating, even though Cheshire did win the last one. Popped up in the air and won by New Canaan's number 16, the freshman, Lexi Tully. Ball is loose, scooped up by Nolan. Just over 20 minutes left to go now in the first half. New Canaan, the 3-0 lead. Good pass, but not good enough. Turnover, Cheshire looking to make something happen. Good play from their goalie. Number 24, Audrey Brenson. Cheshire having problems trying to clear it here, getting over to number 6, Taylor Warburton, the daughter of head coach Dan Warburton, and they couldn't even get it outside the 40. Another Cheshire turnover. Kaylee Harden now with possession for New Canaan. A good-looking shot. Kaylee Harden getting the assist to number 18, junior-to-junior connection, and Hollis Mulry puts the Rams up 4-0. The New Canaan Rams over the Cheshire Rams with 19:21 left to go in the first half. First goal of the game for number 18, Hollis Mulry, one of the best scorers on this New Canaan team. And Cheshire, following the timeout, has given up 2 more goals to New Canaan. A red-hot start for one of the top teams in the nation. And the best team in Connecticut right now, off the quarantine, the New Canaan Rams. Again, still dealing with some technical difficulties, so sorry we cannot get the camera up at the moment. With 19:21 left to go in the first half. Do also want to announce right now that we will be streaming all of the girls' lacrosse games this season. And a phenomenal team deserves some phenomenal coverage. Unfortunately, dealing with some issues today, and we'll make sure those are ironed out during our future broadcasts. Penalty on New Canaan will go on number 24, Ella Patterson, the sophomore. As we reset here, Cheshire's number 20, the midfielder Ava Harris, will have possession when play resumes. She still has it now, as she sports a bulky left knee brace. Moves it over to number 6, Taylor Warburton. Spinning inside, falling, nearly losing the ball, and a turnover. Number 24, Ella Patterson for New Canaan, scooping up the loose ball, and now she has it. Dumps it off to the senior captain, Courtney O'Connell, and O'Connell back to the star goalie, Claire Mahoney, looking to clear with 18:20 left to go in the first half. Dylan Patton using her speed. She moves past the 50. She already has 2 of the Rams' 4 scores today. Patton moves inside the 20. Gets it over to Hollis Mulry. Mulry over to number 5, Stella Nolan. And inside, another score. No, great defense. A really good-looking shot for New Canaan, and finally coming alive in between the cage. Audrey Brenson making a good-looking save. Cheshire looking to clear. Still down 4-0. 17:40 left to go in the first half. Moving it over to number 12, Sophia Coltow. Cheshire making some substitutions as they now have the ball inside the New Canaan 20. Claire Mahoney has yet to see a shot on goal so far today from Cheshire. Penalty will go on Courtney O'Connell for New Canaan as play will be paused and possession still with Cheshire. Warburton looking to get things kicked off in a second. Warburton pushed out. She dishes it out. Another turnover. New Canaan taking over once again. Ella Patterson has been a magnet on defense. But then another loose ball as Stella Nolan, another sophomore, a bit careless there. And after generating a turnover, New Canaan losing it just like that back in the stick of Cheshire. 16:41 left to go in the first half. New Canaan still up 4-0. Risky pass is corralled as Cheshire moves inside the 45, and then a penalty on New Canaan's number 7, Devin Russell, the star freshman. Cheshire retains possession. Back-to-back penalties on New Canaan. Number 12, Sophia Coltow, one of the star players on this Cheshire team, helps move the ball around here. Just over 16 minutes left to go in the first half. New Canaan still up 4-0, and the defense has been fantastic for the Rams, just like it's been all season. Cheshire continues to move. Shot on goal, and finally Cheshire catches a break. A big-time shot from behind the net, and it's going to be Alex Lucas, one of the star attack of this Cheshire team with 15:52 left to go in the first half, and finally putting something on the board. First shot of the game for Cheshire, and it will go. Again, it's Alex Lucas who scores. It's a 4-1 game. The New Canaan Rams still with a 3-goal lead over the Cheshire Rams here from Dunning Field on Saturday afternoon. Ball popped up in the air on the face-off, and Lexi Tully wins her second draw control of the game. A rising star in this program, had a really good game up against Hand a few days ago. So again, New Canaan still up 4-1. Never mind, a quick score from Dylan Patton makes it 5-1. Patton scores her third goal of the game for the Rams. And just like that, a phenomenal response. Patton using the speed in New Canaan, going back up 4 following the Alex Lucas goal for Cheshire. It's 5-1 with 15:28 left to go in the first half. New Canaan looking phenomenal out the gates. The lone blemish doesn't look like a whole lot right now. New Canaan, the 5-1 lead over Cheshire, looking to advance their record to 6-0 right here from Dunning Field, where they've been undefeated just like they have been on the road. Cheshire, an SCC team, as I mentioned, they're one of the top teams in the SCC conference. They've only played one FCAC team all year, and they beat them, the Trumbull Eagles, last Tuesday, and they won 20-4. And they have been 5-1 against their fellow SCC opponents. They win the draw, and they are on the move. New Canaan's number 4, Emma Shue, a little bit too physical on defense. She will draw the flag, draw the penalty, no flag thrown. Alex Lucas looking to make something happen here as she moves behind the net. Lucas pushed out, and Mckenna Harden is going to be blown a whistle on. Violation there. 14:48 left to go in the first half. New Canaan still up 5-1. And again, we're still working through some technical difficulties with our camera, so we hope to have the feed up in just a few moments. Stick with us, though. Near turnover from Cheshire, but they were the last team closest to the ball. Cheshire's moving from right to left today. New Canaan moving from left to right. Lucas cradles behind the cage. Moving inside, an inside spin, but no shot taken as they move from right to left behind the cage. 5-1, New Canaan in the lead over Cheshire. Over 14 minutes left to go in the first half. A wide open lane for Cheshire, but a whistle is blown on New Canaan before they could get the shot off. Cheshire's going to get a free possession here. Number 14, Ava Coltow with it, and she is stripped of the ball. Cheshire's going to pick it up, but another flag on New Canaan. Too physical with the stick there, trying to force for turnover from Coltow. Another free possession here for Cheshire. Coltow with the stick, with the ball in her stick. She takes the shot, deflected by Mahoney, and she scoops it up cleanly. Claire Mahoney, her first big save of the afternoon. New Canaan still up 5-1, under 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Loose ball scooped up by Mckenna Harden. She moves inside the Cheshire 25 now to Cheshire 20. Harden's been held scoreless in this one as her sister has been 2. That hasn't been much of a factor for New Canaan. They have been finding ways to put the ball in net. Flag on Cheshire. Looks like New Canaan could get a free possession here as Lexi Tully is going to gear up with the ball on her stick. Tully moves, shoots, scores! Lexi Tully is going to get the score for New Canaan. And even better news is we have finally got our camera up here. So sorry for the delay. It did take us 13 minutes to get that up. You missed a little bit of action here. New Canaan up 6-1 over the Cheshire Rams. And Lexi Tully adding her first goal of the game. The freshman, younger sister of Caitlin Tully, also a solid player on this team and a great athlete at New Canaan High School. She's a junior. She's also going to go for the face-off here. So, again, New Canaan is 5-0. Cheshire 7-1, and the Cheshire Rams are very much in danger of losing their second game of the season. 12-17 left to go in the first half, and New Canaan's gotten off to a dominant 6-1 start. Again, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. We do have the camera up now. It should be up for the rest of the game as Lexi Tully is in trouble, and she gets rid of it. Over to Kaylee Harden, speeding inside the 30. Harden may go all the way with this one. Whistle is blown. 11:55 left to go in the first half. Moving inside, and an obvious foul on Cheshire. Kaylee Harden knocked to the turf with 11:39 left to go in the first half. Free possession here for New Canaan as Harden moves inside, and she is denied. Cheshire trying to do everything they can to deny the UNC-bound Kaylee Harden of adding her first goal of the afternoon as Cheshire is going to be man down here. Harden moves out. Too much physicality near the crease. Shooting and scoring for New Canaan will be Hollis Mulry. Mulry adds to her scoring total this season, and New Canaan advancing the lead to 6, 7-1. Hollis Mulry, the USC-bound junior, puts the Rams up 7-1 with 11:13 left to go in the half. Now the face-off here. Totally looking to win it. She does not. Denied by Cheshire's number 12 with just over 11 minutes left to go. Cheshire is still man down, but they have the ball here looking to try to put a dent in this 7-1 New Canaan lead. New Canaan regains possession. 10:35 left to go in the half. New Canaan up 7-1 as Mckenna Harden held scoreless so far today. Moves it over to Quinn McKinnon, who's been a big-time X factor in wins for New Canaan. The Trinity-bound lacrosse player finds Mckenna Harden, and that is always a smart move to get it to your best player. Mckenna Harden with the pump fake and the score, and that's her first goal of the game. 10-10 left to go in the first half, and New Canaan, their biggest lead, 8-1. Facing one of the top out-of-conference teams in the state, the Cheshire Rams, 7-1 in New Canaan. Proving the rise to the challenge just like they've done all year long, just like they did in Game 1 last week. This is New Canaan's 6th game in 10 days. And they do not look tired whatsoever. Lexi Tolley back at the face-off for the Rams, where she has been great over the last few draws. 10-10 left to go in the half. Ball is loose at the 35. Cheshire looking to gain possession, which they still have not done cleanly yet. Ball still loose. Cheshire finally has it. New Canaan regaining possession here. Cheshire possessions have been few and far between in this game. New Canaan's number 23 is hacked. That's Anna Zacalillo, the senior who's headed to Hamilton next year to play lacrosse. Mulry, who scored a couple times for New Canaan, gets it over to Mckenna Harden, who just scored. Kaylee Harden gets it back to Mckenna. A cutting ram, can't get the ball on her stick. It's loose. Cheshire regains possession alongside the far sideline. 8:55 left to go in the first half. New Canaan has dominated so far in this one. An 8-1 lead, interrupted briefly from an Alex Lucas goal for Cheshire. This is what New Canaan's been doing to teams all year, just dominating. Coach Kristen Woods now in her 15th year with the program here at New Canaan, looking to win her first ever FCAC championship. She's won 6 state tournaments. Speaking of number 6, there's Kaylee Harden moving with it, generating another turnover. Gets it over to Mckenna Harden. She's left all alone. An open lane. New Canaan looking to take advantage of a lax Cheshire defense on the fast break. Kaylee Harden moving it around behind the net to Quinn McKinnon, one of the key facilitators for NC. 8:03 left to go in the half. McKenna getting it over to Hollis Mulry. Mulry behind the cage to McKiernan. McKiernan has shot-making ability as well, but hasn't let it rip so far today. New Canaan getting patient. McKenna moving inside, finds a cutter. It's Hollis Mulry, and through a swarm of defenders, Hollis Mulry scores. Her 3rd goal of the game. She has a hat trick, and New Canaan now has an 8-goal lead with 7:36 left to go in the first half. 9-1. Again, Hollis Mulry scoring the goal, 7:36 left to go in the first half. Her third goal on the game. Kaylee Harden takes over for this face-off here for New Canaan. Pops it up in the air and comes down with it. And then gets whacked on the way down, but New Canaan takes advantage. Mckenna Harden, at least, bailing out her sister. Harden over to McKiernan. New Canaan setting up shop routinely once again. They find a cutter, and she is whacked in the head. Hollis Mulry. That is how effective she is. They need to whack her in all the different kinds of places right now. They need to stop her because she has been red hot. Free possession for New Canaan after that violation. Mulry with the ball. She takes the shot. She makes the shot. But they're going to potentially wave it off. It looks like. Refs are going to talk it over here. 6:56 left to go in the half. Looks like Hollis Mulry finished off that free possession. But let's see if they're going to wave it off. They're going to say it's still New Canaan possession, but they're going to say no goal. With 6:56 left to go in the half. Not everything going the Rams' way, but pretty much everything so far for New Canaan as Quinn McKiernan runs over a Cheshire player, and that is obviously a violation. Taking that hit, number 15, Taylor Fitzgerald for Cheshire. Looking to clear it. On the move, number 14, Ava Mitakowski. Cheshire just looking to set something up with just over 6:20 left to go in the half. And New Canaan with a 9-1 lead. Cheshire moves inside. Violation on New Canaan as a whistle is blown. Free possession here for Cheshire. Number 6, Taylor Warburton's going to put the shot up, and it bounces in right off the right post. A much-needed score for Cheshire, and it comes from Taylor Warburton. And although her father, head coach Dan Warburton, might not have a lot to be proud of so far today, that's a big-time shot. 9-2 is the score with exactly 6 minutes left to go in the first half. If they want to try to mount a comeback, maybe they can put a run up right here. And it's Taylor Warburton who scores off the free possession. Kaylee Harden back for another draw control here. And as soon as I say that, they're going to sub her out and sub back in Lexi Tully, who's had a lot of good luck here at the draw so far today. She's matched up against number 19 for Cheshire, Lauren Samela. Tully puts the stick up, can't bring it down. Samela's going to win it. Back-to-back possessions for Cheshire. Trying to gain momentum for the first time all afternoon with 5:48 left to go in the half. Coming off the goal from Warburton. It's a 9-2 game. Lucas behind the cage. Looking to avoid a turnover. Spins left, gets a good look, and scores. It's going to be number 18, Reagan Bailey, showing off the moves. And Cheshire has now scored 2 times in a row with 5:28 left to go in the first half. It's a 9-3 game. Back-to-back scores from Reagan Bailey and Taylor Warburton, 2 of the top players on his Cheshire team, cutting the lead from 8-6. New Canaan feeling a little bit of pressure now. Lexi Tully would be really big for her if she came away with this face-off win. And that is, it looks like exactly what she's going to do. A violation on Cheshire as the ball was loose. New Canaan will take over. Lexi Tully brings it inside the 20. She could go all the way. She does not. Slows it down. 5:10 left to go in the half. New Canaan moving it behind the cage. Finds a cutter. Ball is loose, scooped up by Cheshire. Looking to clear it, but not making it easy is Stella Nolan. And she's going to get called for a violation, so Cheshire takes over. 4:44 left to go. Cheshire moving it up the field. Lexi Tully applying some defensive pressure. Looking to score their third straight against Claire Mahoney, one of the top players in the nation, committed to Brown already as a junior. She was on the preseason Game Time CT watch list for one of the top players to look out for, girls lacrosse-wise in the state. She's lived up to the billing so far this season. .355 left to go. And a flag is going to be thrown. The yellow hanky comes out. It's going to be on New Canaan. As it looks like Cheshire's going to be man up for the first time today. Unless it's just a free possession. No man up. Cheshire looking to get the shot up. It's just wide left. Scooped up by someone behind the net. Cheshire, the ball is loose. Careless with it. And another violation, but this time it is on Cheshire, so it's New Canaan ball. 3:20 left to go in the half. As Mckenna Harden takes over. Harden struggling to find a teammate. Then finds Stella Nolan, takes a whack and keeps on moving. Nolan inside the 25. Hollis Mulry inside the end zone, if you will, behind the cage. Mulry finds number 11, Olivia Lockhart. Lockhart, the senior, getting her first action in this one. Lockhart takes the shot and scores. Olivia Lockhart getting it to go off the free possession in New Canaan has broke double digits scoring-wise. Eliminating the 2-0 run from Cheshire. And the Rams are up 10-3. Olivia Lockhart getting in the game and taking advantage of her opportunity. Cheshire in danger of losing their 4-game win streak. New Canaan still looking as good as ever. Looking to get before their big game on Monday on the road against Darien. They beat them last Thursday in a game we streamed 7-5. And on Monday you can find that stream on DAF Media. New Canaan looking to go 2-0 against Darien. Darien started the year as the 6th best team in the nation. And after their loss to New Canaan, they dipped 13 spots in the national poll to 19th. Meanwhile, New Canaan entered the year as an honorable mention of sorts, not cracking the top 25 in the national rankings. But then after the big win against Darien and their phenomenal start to the season, moving all the way up to 10th. Ball loose, Lexi Tully looking to win another draw. She does not. Cheshire takes over, moving inside the 30. 2:16 left to go in the first half now. Ball poked loose by Mckenna Harden, a little too good of a defensive effort. Whistle is blown. Cheshire's number 3, Hannah Merritt's going to take over. Merritt finds number 7, Leia Black. It's funny, Cheshire, same mascot, same colors. But they are not playing the same right now. New Canaan with the 10-3 lead. Cheshire's no rush with 1:20 left to go in the half. behind the cage now. Looking for a good shot. Emma Shue playing good defense. Now here's Courtney O'Connell, the senior captain. Moving left, now back to her right. Met by Mckenna Harden is number 6, Taylor Warburton, who has one of the 3 Cheshire goals today. And she's just going to throw that one right out of bounds. Emma Shue providing really great defense there. She stepped her game up in her senior season. Ella Patterson on the move for the Rams. She clears it with ease. Moving inside the 40 and dumping it off to Hollis Mulry. Or excuse me, Lexi Tully. Patton scored the first 2 goals of this game. She's been pretty quiet ever since. Mckenna Harden is going to be fouled as she moves inside with just 24.2 seconds remaining in the first half. New Canaan with the 10-3 lead. Free possession here. Harden a bit shaken up after taking that hit. She'll look to capitalize here and get a little bit of revenge. She shoots and she scores. Mckenna Harden makes it an 11-3 game, showing why she's one of the top players in the state. 21.5 seconds left to go in the half. New Canaan up 8. Lexi Tully back at the draw here. Cheshire switching up, moving to number 3, Hannah Merritt, to try to win a possession and provide an opportunity for Cheshire to score with only 21.5 seconds left in the half. Tully pops it over to Dylan Patton. New Canaan takes over. Patton speeding, getting it over to a New Canaan teammate, and New Canaan scores in 9 seconds. It's going to be number 22, Grace Kroll, the junior, who gets that one to go down. Kroll, one of the top hockey players for the girls team this year, helped beat Darien in the FCAC championship, and now helping to overtake Cheshire in the first half. New Canaan, 12-3 lead. Beautiful face-off win from Lexi Tully. And a great assist from Dylan Patton, the find her fellow junior. Grace Kroll making it a 12-3 game with just over 12 seconds left in half. New Canaan clicking on all cylinders. Tully back at the draw for the Rams of New Canaan, that is. Let's see if they can add one more. Looks like they're going to redo that one. Wind picking up a bit. But otherwise, a perfect day, 59 degrees. Tully pops this one up to Patton once again, and she is fouled with 8.3 seconds left. New Canaan takes over. Whistle blown again with 6.6 seconds. Four seconds to make something happen. Mckenna Harden with it. 1 second. Harden doesn't get off a shot. She finds her teammate. That one will not count. The score from Dylan Patton. They think it counts. Practice is perfect. And it looks like they might count it. At least that's what the indication is from the field. And they're going to save at the score. Dylan Patton gets it to go from the Mckenna Harden assist. So Dylan Patton scores goal number 3 on the game, her first since the game was 2-0. New Canaan with a double-digit lead at the half, 13-3. Absolutely dominating, looking to keep their perfect record alive. Before we head to the half, what about we get a look at those sponsors before we bring it back to the second half to see how that one will pan out for you. We're going to go to our platinum sponsor first, of course, Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. And also, Melissa Rambuya and Kristen Harrow, the premier real estate partnership in Fairfield County for all your real estate needs. I want to thank our Club Sandwich Gold sponsor, Club Sandwiches, New Canaan's destination for fresh sandwiches since 1986. Our silver sponsors, Performance PT, Educational Futures, the SIG Insurance Agencies, OSSM Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Renaissance Partners, and Rand Insurance. And finally, our black sponsors. Ready Rooster, Shilala, 84 Sports New Canaan, New Canaan Diner, NC Graphics, the Athletic Shoe Factory, Togs, Dr. Austin Feeney, the Lewis School of Driving, and Prudding and Company Custom Builders. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors, the NC Rams, All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Your score at the half, 13 New Canaan, 3 Cheshire. The SEC Cheshire Rams do not look like much of a match right now up against one of the top dogs in the FCAC, the New Canaan Rams. Let's see if Cheshire puts up much more of a fight in the second half and see if this one gets a bit more interesting from a beautiful Saturday afternoon in New Canaan. Ian Nicholas and the rest of the NCTV crew will be back in 5 minutes for the second half of this one. Back from Dunning Field, Ian Nicholas alongside the rest of the NCTV crew bringing you the live action. Speaking of bringing people into the booth, let's bring you into the booth because why not? Let's switch it up. Here we have a guest because, you know, I'm a charitable guy. I like to spread the wealth, and especially when it's his birthday, we want to invite Cole Schubert into the booth. Cole, how old are you turning today? 5?
6, yes. Well,
6?
Pleasure to join you again, Ian.
Well, you know, if you guys don't like me anymore because you're sick of hearing my voice, you're going to hear a lot more of this guy. Very talented broadcaster. He's going to be a senior next year at New Canaan High School. And, you know, really cool. Can't wait to see what you do next year.
Why, thank you. Can't wait to see what you do at Newhouse.
Yes. I always like to plug Syracuse University. But today we're talking about New Canaan versus Cheshire girls lacrosse. And New Canaan's been dominating from the jump. 13-3 is your score. Really has not been a great game for Cheshire, playing a really tough girls lacrosse team. And they've really got some really great players. And it's a beautiful day for lacrosse, beautiful day for any kind of sport. Cole, you come back from track practice, or what's been on the schedule for your big day?
I played soccer with my friend, and fields are all full of lacrosse. Lacrosse is obviously a super popular sport here in New Canaan, and it shows. The New Canaan girls lacrosse has been absolutely dominating, like you said.
Yep, 10th best team in the nation for high school girls lacrosse, and today they are showing just why. They are really distributing the wealth, getting everybody involved. Dylan Patton scored, Stella Nolan scored, Kaylee Harden, Mckenna Harden, Lexi Tully, she's been great as well. Grace Kroll scored a goal late in the half. Duquesne scored a buzzer beater to close it out, so a 13-3 game. Dylan Patton getting the assist from Mckenna Harden as the buzzer sounded, and they counted it. So we'll have 25 minutes left in this one, and Cheshire looking to pull off one heck of a comeback. But they've been struggling really in every aspect of the game. They haven't been winning enough face-offs. When they have the ball, half the time they've really lost it before they've had the chance to really move it down the field and set up an offense. And in goal for them, Audrey Brenson. Although she's come away with a few big saves, New Canaan is just getting a lot of easy shots. So New Canaan's going to be moving from right to left in the half. Cheshire from left to right. Rams versus Rams here from Dunning Field. Let's see what happens in half number 2. Popped up in the air. Mckenna Harden's going to come away with it. New Canaan picking up right where they left off 7-8 minutes ago in half number 1. New Canaan setting up shop. Olivia Lockhart, number 11 in the game. She also scored in the first half. Behind the net, it's Grace Kroll getting some action in this one. New Canaan trying to work some more players into the lineup. Kroll getting crafty, but she cannot finish, missing. New Canaan retains possession.
I'm hearing a lot of big junior and senior names here, Ian. Lots of really talented lacrosse players that are upperclassmen this year, and it'll be very interesting to see how they do as captains next year.
Harden gets the shot off to cut you off there for a second. She is fouled, though. Still New Canaan in possession. A lot of great names in this program, especially from the junior and senior class. But just like the powerhouse programs in the FCAC, they always find new names to replace them. Devin Russell, a freshman. Stella Nolan, a sophomore. Ella Patterson, a sophomore. A lot of great players coming up in this program. For Coach Kristen Woods, she's a big believer in the youth programs here in New Canaan. Very passionate, dedicated, spends a lot of time with those players. So she knows what she has in her future classes, and that's why she's such a great coach.
Really great control here from New Canaan. They're just holding onto the ball, passing it around the net, taking their time, trying to find that shot.
23.5 minutes left to go in half number 2. The score the same as it was heading into the half. That shot will not count. A whistle is blown. Another violation on Cheshire as Dylan Patton looking to add her 4th goal of the game. So a free possession here. Patton looking to get this one to count as she has the ball on her stick. Patton shoots, does not score, missing just wide right, but New Canaan closest to the ball when it rattled out of bounds. They still have it. 22:48 left to go in the second half. New Canaan looking to go 6-0 with a win here today. Olivia Lockhart moves to her right, brings it back out. Now Mckenna Harden dumps it off. Risky pass. And it looks like it's going to be a crease violation on Grace Kroll. A little too close for comfort, looking to add her second goal of the game, and it will not count.
One of the first times Cheshire's had the ball in the already almost 3 minutes in.
22-16 left to go in the half, as you mentioned. First Cheshire possession. Looking to make something happen after catching a couple breaks defensively. 2 goals waved off. Cheshire looking to set up shop. I believe the closest they cut it to this game was a 6-goal lead. It was 9-3, and New Canaan has scored 4 unanswered. Moving inside, finding a really good shot and scoring. Number 18, Reagan Bailey, adds her second goal of the afternoon, and the lead cut back to within single digits. It's now 13-4 with 21:38 left to go in the second half.
Great shot there, bounced off the ground just before it hit over the line, and good control by Cheshire. They looked like they had time on the ball, and that's what they need here, Ian.
It's exactly what they need. Time of possession, so critical in the sport of lacrosse, in any sport, obviously, but in the sport where you need the ball to get those shots up. And a really good-looking shot there from Reagan Bailey, left all alone right in front of a crease. 13-4 game. New player in for this draw for Cheshire. It will be number 19, Lauren Samella, who started this game off with the draw control. She doesn't win this one, though. New Canaan moving it up the field with ease. Devin Russell, the freshman, number 7. Moving it inside the 25, and now Olivia Lockhart over to Grace Kroll, who had her last goal waved off due to the crease violation. 21-17 left to go in this one. New Canaan taking their time. No shot clock here in the state of Connecticut, which is really great when you have a lead. Lexi Tolley, the sophomore, or the freshman, I should say. Really, New Canaan's second line getting a lot of action right now. Bit of a sneak peek at what we'll see for years to come within this program. Program having really one of its best years in a while. And a COVID year, nonetheless, after last year did not happen for any spring sport really in the nation at the high school level.
It's a great opportunity. Sorry to cut you off there, Ian. Great opportunity for the freshmen to show, and the sophomores as well, to show exactly what they have when they have, again, such big names in the junior and senior class here at the high school.
I mean, outside of Mckenna Harden, Kaylee Harden, and a few other returners who committed to college, just like most of the teams in the state, not a lot of returning players. Or a program that had all Americans and many well-known names when we last checked on them in 2019 when they finished runner-ups in both FCX and states. New Canaan did. And outside of the Harden sisters and players like Dylan Patton, Hollis Mulry, and Claire Mahoney, we didn't know what we had with this team. But now we do. We have just like every other year in this program, we have a contender. Moving on the break, but turning it over. In and out of the stick of number 3, Hannah Merritt. And that's what happens when you're trying to pressure the issue, Cole. Sometimes you're just going to make mistakes when you're down this big.
Yeah, so it was a good idea from Cheshire there, but lack of the final execution of that one.
Had a good look. Claire Mahoney couldn't capitalize, but New Canaan turning it over alongside the far sideline. The ball is loose, and Devin Russell called for the violation, so Cheshire takes over. Getting it over to number 19, Lauren Samella. 18:55 left to go in the second half.
It's good to see Cheshire taking their time on the ball here, Ian. They've been down by 10 goals so far and cut that loss to 9. They need to feel as though they have that time to play around and make the passes that they need to, because taking aimless shots is not going to get them anywhere closer to evening out this lopsided scoreline here.
I'd agree. It's Been hard to really break this New Canaan defense so far today, so they have been trying to force those shots, but they really haven't been able to get much shots up, period. Player falls for New Canaan, so a lapse defensively. Cheshire doesn't have a chance to really take advantage, and it looks like a free possession here for the Rams of Cheshire. Merritt with the ball. Number 3, she shoots and deflected by Claire Mahoney. Another big save from her. And it looks like New Canaan's going to have possession as number 17 for the Rams. Courtney O'Connell, the senior captain, looks to clear.
Well, this really shows why Claire Mahoney's already committed to Brown as a junior.
As we mentioned earlier in the game, named U.S. Lacrosse Player of the Week. One of them for the women's side of things. After her terrific start to the season in games against Darien and Greenwich, both wins for New Canaan. Turnover from Cheshire. Running down the field inside the 10, now behind the cage. Looking to add goal number 14 on this game, bring the lead back up to double digits. Good look in front of a crease. They get the shot off, and it counts. Number 27, Caroline Brooks with the score, and I believe it's her birthday as well, Cole. So happy birthday to her. She scores.
That's a great birthday present.
I don't know. Hopefully you get something as good as that tonight. But we'll see. Caroline Brooks, the Denison commit. And she scores. Just like that, 14-4 game. Got a bit chaotic in front of the crease there. She took advantage, finishing in the bottom left corner. 16:45 left to go in the half. Double-digit lead for New Canaan. Looking to pick up win number 6 in 10 days for them.
Really impressive record there after starting the year in quarantine.
It's been tough for all the teams this year to deal with the quarantine, trying to get back in shape, especially in a year with so few experienced players left on the roster. But New Canaan has responded perfectly. Another turnover, but that shot deflected on the move by Audrey Bronson. So Cheshire clears now. 16 minutes left to go in the half.
Another turnover here. Cheshire really just couldn't get the ball out of their half there, and it's back in New Canaan's possession. They have time on the ball, and that's exactly what they want.
15:45 left to go. New Canaan looking to take up time, continue to get more experience for these younger players. And also some key seniors getting a little bit more extended action here. They find a cutter. She will fall. It's Lexi Tully. And a whistle is blown. It's going to be a violation on Cheshire. And although we haven't seen Cheshire do too much on the other end of the field, whenever they do get back there, do want to shout out that Claire Mahoney is checked out. And in goal right now is the senior captain, Shay Hobbs. So we'll see a little bit of her. Free possession here. The shot up, the shot in. Taking her time, taking advantage of the free possession, and it's the freshman, Lexi Tully. She's been great on draw controls today, and she scores there. New Canaan, their largest lead of the day. Domination from Dunnick, 15-4, with 14:50 left to go in the half. And the clock will continue to run. As New Canaan with such a large lead here in the second half. And Cheshire really has not found a groove to try to put a dent in the lead. Another face-off here than the NC logo. New Canaan looking to win yet another one. They haven't lost one to start the half. And they're going to lose one there. Cheshire takes over. Let's see what Shay Hobbs will do. Oh, wait, never mind. Unless that turnover was quicker than... missing you, blinking you miss. New Canaan takes over right again. Devin Russell was on the move, and the whistle was blown. A violation on Cheshire with 14 minutes left in the half. Another free possession. Devin Russell with the ball, and she is right in front of the goalie Bronson. And she is hacked, grabbing at her face as a clear violation. It looks like we're going to get another free possession. And New Canaan's going to be man up for the second time today.
Well, game keeps getting worse here for Cheshire. keep giving New Canaan opportunities, and they will capitalize on them.
Devin Russell does not capitalize there. She misses, and looks like Cheshire's going to take over. They are still man down. 1:50 left with that, and they're going to look to not give New Canaan an even better chance to score. They've already done all their damage without scoring man-up goals. They've scored 15 of them, so they don't want to give New Canaan an even easier time on that end of the field. They want to try to pressure Shay Hobbs into the game for the first time, the senior captain. In goal, in between the pipes for the Rams. Ball loose. Bit of a mental lapse there. Devin Russell giving it her all. So is Stella Nolan, the freshman and a sophomore, applying pressure, a little bit too much pressure as the whistle was blown. Ball loose again. They've just been a ball magnet on defense today and been trying to set something up on the fast break. Devin Russell was fouled once, twice. She's had a tough time avoiding penalties from Cheshire. They've been trying to shut her down with 12.5 minutes left to go in the game. Really good pass up the field. Getting it over to Caroline Underwood. Good defense inside, and back-to-back shots denied from Cheshire as the senior Pippa Williams in the game for New Canaan, and she's denied a score. Cheshire on the break. Wide open look, and Hobbs denies it. Really a golden opportunity for a score there. Number 44, Alex Lucas, who scored earlier in this game for Cheshire, but Hobbs in the face of pressure, no problem.
Looks like the game's opening up a little bit here, Ian. Both teams having great opportunities there. Some good passing combinations from New Canaan with the 2 passes to get it down the field, and then Cheshire's recovery and counterattack.
Well, Cheshire's just trying to get some things right now. They are a really good team, and they do dominate in the SEC. Playing an FCAC team here today in New Canaan, just looking to fix up some problems and try to provide some teaching moments here for Coach Dan Warburton and his squad, a very talented team. Always great to play top-of-the-line competition as a whistle is blown, as we are now around the midpoint of this season. .11 minutes left to go in the half now. Cheshire with their longest possession in quite some time. Another penalty on New Canaan. It's going to be called on number 25, Kate Lane. Free possession for Cheshire. Shay Hobbs looking to make another big save.
New Canaan's really blessed to have 2 great goalkeepers on their team here, Ian.
And just as you say that, Hobbs comes up with the big save. Ball popped up in the air from the player who shot it, who's on the turf. Another violation on New Canaan. Cheshire retains possession under 10.5 minutes left to go in half number 2. New Canaan a 15-4 lead. Playing really well on this Saturday afternoon, 2 days out from their second meetup with Darien on the road on Monday. Another free possession for Cheshire. Hobbs looking to make another save. The shot up, the shot not in. Big time save, and Carolyn Barron, the junior, up the far sideline now. Her sister Ellery was also a great player within this program a few years back. One of the top players in the state at the time. Clock continues to run here. 9:40 left to go in half number 2. The Rams coasting their way to win number 6 on the year. Trying to get some more reps for the younger players.
It's been total domination again, like you said, Ian. They haven't opened the scoring that much from the end of the first half, but they don't really need to. They've been getting the reps in for the younger players, and they've been controlling the game here like they are. Passing it around, taking their time. 9 minutes left to stall for New Canaan.
New Canaan's outscored Cheshire 2-1 so far in the second half after scoring 13 goals in 25 minutes. In half number 1, ball loose in front of a crease, scooped up by Bronson. Bronson, that one nearly deflected but cleared. Cheshire on the move. Pippa Williams providing the defense, but clearing it. Number 13, Tarn Ugren. 8:40 left to go in the half. There's shot fake from Cheshire, and it draws a penalty. Free possession here. We're going to cut the lead to 10.
Big opportunity for Shay Hobbs to show what she's got to the New Canaan coach, especially sharing time with Claire Mahoney, the junior.
And she covers up that one. The shot from Reagan Bailey. She's been great as Lexi Tolley is run over. That's a clear penalty on Cheshire as she was trying to make that catch, falling to the turf. The ball is loose, though. Bad pass from Tolley. Scooping it up, Olivia Lockhart, the senior. Lockhart moves in. Lockhart behind the crease and slowing it down. Trying to find the cutter, number 15, Megan Griffiths in for the first time. Could not get her. Speaking of family lineage, her brother Liam was one of the top dogs in the New Canaan boys lacrosse program for a long time. He's taking a post-grad year this year, and he's going to play at Harvard. Yes, Harvard next year. Moving in, shooting denied by Hobbs again. Another shot put on goal from Reagan Bailey, no dice. With 7:13 left to go in the second half. Back to Hobbs. Hobbs, big time pass. Finds Grace Kroll. Kroll moving down the near sideline, inside the 30. She's got a goal on this game. As I mentioned earlier, she was a big part of the girls' hockey team's FCAC championship win back in March, defeating the Darien Blue Wave. She scored 2 goals in that game, including the game winner in overtime. Pippa Williams with it. Kroll. 6.5 minutes left to go. Caroline Brooks just scored a goal a few moments ago. New Canaan just looking to execute to perfection. Never know when a player might go down, and some of the names you're hearing right now might have their roles expanded upon later in the season. Pippa Williams, that pass to her was nearly stolen, and with the ball loose, she picks it up with ease.
New Canaan being really deliberate in their passes right now. Just under 6 minutes left in the game.
Stella Nolan, the sophomore, moves in, double teamed. Bad pass, looking for Griffiths. Cheshire finally looking to generate a turnover, which they will not. Griffiths gets there. 5.5 minutes left to go in this one. Nolan with a wild shot, does not go, but Pippa Williams there behind the net to keep it in Rams' possession. Another violation on Cheshire. Cheshire scored double-digit goals every single game this season that they've played. They had scored 20-plus goals in each of their last 3 games. They've only scored 4 today, obviously a season low for a team that usually churns out shots. Pippa Williams moving inside, and she move over another player. That's a violation on her. Coach Woods barking from the sideline to use their feet. And, you know, I will not say I'm a huge lacrosse expert. Outside of running, I don't really know how you can use your feet in this sport. But I think Coach Woods knows what she's talking about after 15 years at the helm. 4:20 left to go in the half. As New Canaan is just 4 minutes away from moving up to 6-0. Their season could not have gotten off to a better start following the quarantine. And you make sure to tune into that game that DAF will be broadcasting on Monday. DAF Media on YouTube when New Canaan travels to play Darien. Free possession here for Cheshire. And Shea Hobbs has been fantastic in the second half. Routine save there with 3:50 left to go. Turnover from New Canaan. Cheshire takes over. Looking to maybe add one more goal before they have to head back up the state and reset after Vail dropped their second game of the year. $3:15 left to go. Hobbs looking to remain perfect outside of a one goal she gave up in the early stages of the second half. Cheshire ball loose. Scooped up by Merritt. Here's Lucas. Moves to her right. Gets it over to Warburton. Those have been the three names that we've heard repeatedly for Cheshire so far today. They're going to look to get this team back on track following this out-of-conference loss in 2 minutes, 40 seconds. It will become official. Free possession here. Warburton looking to add to her scoring totals. She shoots, she scores. Shea Hobbs gives up her second goal of the half, and it will go to Taylor Warburton with the score. 15-5. New Canaan still the 10-goal lead.
Great backhand shot there from her right over the top of Hobbs, and as good as she's been all game, that was a difficult one to keep out.
Nobody is perfect, and Shea Hobbs, you know, if you save 50% of the shots that come your way in lacrosse, you're a star, and she has been more than that in this second half, only giving up 2 goals, and Cheshire has been a much better team in the second half, I'd say, than in the first half.
I'd agree. Looks like they're taking more time on the ball, being more deliberate, controlled with their passes, and it's paid off. They've got 2 goals, but still isn't enough to cut their losses here.
Stella Nolan loses that face-off. Cheshire player nearly loses the ball as they're going to get maybe one more possession with 1:30 left to go. One of their players is run over. Alex Lucas takes the hit. And she'll have the ball here on the free possession. In the right wing. 1:13 left. Clock still running. She loses it again, but another violation on New Canaan. Still Cheshire ball.
Well, it looked like a bit of a difficult angle to score from there, but let's see how they can do this time.
Lucas puts up the shot. Hobbs with a bounce. Makes a save. Probably her last save of the afternoon as she came in this second half and did a quality job replacing one of the top players in the country in Claire Mahoney. Tough hit along the far sideline. Jade Lowe. Bit shaken up. She's all right. The junior. And first-year varsity player. Just under half a minute left. New Canaan is going to secure an unbeaten record for now before they travel to play Darien on Monday. The only 2 ranked teams in the nation in Connecticut, New Canaan and Darien, led by 2 terrific coaches, 2 programs that continue to churn out all FCAC players, all state players, all American players, and players that are phenomenal in college as well. This game is all but over. Pippa Williams looking to get that last shot up. Not in. And New Canaan with an absolutely dominating victory here from Dunning. 15-5, your final. Bring it back up to the booth here with a little post-game analysis. Cole, I know you hopped in late, only saw the second half in person. What did you think of New Canaan? Obviously not the same team that they were in the first half because they didn't play a lot of the same players. A lot of the younger players getting a chance to really prove to Coach Woods why they are integral members of the program moving forward. What did you think of New Canaan in the second half overall?
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the freshmen, sophomores, underclassmen, they really showed their worth. I think they played a good game. They had control of the ball, and they controlled the last part of the game. New Canaan didn't have a lot to do after coming into the half with a 10-goal lead, but they did it well, and they kept the score low, had answers for every Cheshire response, every Cheshire goal. They scored one back.
Most definitely, and they scored a lot today. 15-5, your final here from Dunning. New Canaan now 6-0 on the year, one of the top teams in the nation, continuing to churn out wins like it's nothing. Meanwhile, Cheshire, an out-of-conference team from the SEC, will travel back up the state with the loss in their hands, now dropping to 7-2. Now, before Cole and I check out, I want to give a quick shout-out to our crew, our cameraman, Harry Lee, jeez. And our producer, Emily Fox. I want to thank our advisor, Roman Cebulski, our athletic director, Jay Egan, and the PA man, Bill Brown. I'm not going to live that one down. And before we go, that was a good one. That was my birthday gift to you, Cole, that blunder, and I think you appreciate it. Before we go, let's go to our sponsors. I want to thank our platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart, who supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years, and also Melissa Rambuya and Kristen Harrow, the premier real estate partnership in Fairfield County. I want to thank our gold sponsor, Club Sandwich. Club Sandwich is New Canaan's destination for fresh sandwiches since 1986. I want to thank our silver sponsors, Performance PT, Educational Futures, the SIG Insurance Agencies, OSSM Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Renaissance Partners, Rand Insurance. Finally, our black sponsors, Ready Rooster, Sheila La, 84 Sports New Canaan, the New Canaan Diner, NC Graphics, the Athletic Shoe Factory, Togs, Dr. Austin Feeney, the Lewis School of Driving, and Prudding and Company Custom Builders. Again, a big thanks to all our sponsors. Again, NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Your final from Dunning on a beautiful Saturday afternoon and a beautiful game for New Canaan. Now 6-0 after a 15-5 win over the Rams, but not themselves, the Cheshire Rams. Cheshire now dropping to 7-2. Not sure what our next live stream will be. We'll either be live streaming baseball versus Harding or boys lacrosse versus Brian McMahon on Monday. So make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at NCTV78 to find out what we're streaming and to find out what we're streaming for the rest of this spring sports season. Ian Nicholas and Cole Schubert signing off for this one. Cole, happy birthday. Thanks for hopping on the second half. And sorry, Harry, but, no one's perfect. See you later, everyone.